My name is Elena. Welcome to my channel if you are here for the first time, and welcome back to my subscribers. If you are following me on Instagram or Facebook, you've been seeing a lot of pictures of this top. The work in progress. I've been working on it for 2 weeks already, and I'm glad it's done, it's finished. It's not complicated, it's a repeat of a couple of rows, but the yarn I've been working with is a really thin yarn. I got it as a gift from a friend last year. I got 4 skeins of this yarn, and I used only 2.5. Yes, 2.5 for this top. As you can see, the pattern is not a yarn either. It's all in Chinese. You will see the close-ups in the tutorial. If you can read it, read it. If not, just find a yarn that requires a 3.25 millimeter hook, and you should be good. You can make this top with a little thicker yarn. Adjust the crochet hook and just adjust the pattern to fit you. As always, I try to keep my projects simple. The top is made of front and back. They are identical. If you are quite a beginner, not very experienced, you can just make 2 rectangles and sew them at the shoulders and on the sides. If you are a little more advanced, or if you want to challenge yourself, you can make a V neck or V opening. I will go with you together and show you. Usually, you know guys, I like to show you an example with a different yarn. This time I'm actually crocheting with this yarn, and the tutorial is filmed with this yarn. If you like my tutorials and you find yourself coming back every Sunday, please consider subscribing, because only 20% of you guys who are watching my tutorials and commenting are subscribed. The rest of you, the 80% of you, are not subscribed. So please subscribe. This helps my channel grow and keeps me motivated to film and edit and post and all that hustle that goes into a 20-30 minute video. And without any further ado, please give this video a thumbs up, grab your yarn, crochet hook, let's get to work. This is the yarn that was gifted to me. Let me show you the label rather. I don't know what it says besides the English words. These are some specifications. Again, I cannot read, so I cannot tell you. And this is some more information. Yeah, obviously there is English here, but the most important part, I believe, is here. Or actually that's what the yarn contains. But yeah, so and it's available on eBay. I believe he bought it on eBay. So yeah, and this is the close-up of the yarn if you want to find something similar where you live. And I will use a 3.25 millimeter hook. I tried a few hook sizes for this yarn, and this one worked the best. This is the back, already finished. Well, not completely finished, but I wanted to show you a finished product before we begin, so you can approximately see how it should look. This is the design. It's a repetitive design, as you can see, every couple rows. Right now I don't know what is the multiple of chains for this design, but I'll make sure to post it somewhere in the corner of the screen after I do the counting. But for my top I chained 112. So we'll start with a slip knot. And chain 112. You will have to chain the multiples as many times as wide you want your top to be for any size. You're gonna have to chain the chain, either compare it with the measuring tape or compare it around your waist or hips. And here are my 112 chains. Because I want to be on the safe side, I will add a couple of chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 extra. And if you will end up with extra, I will show you at the end of the row how I undo the extra ones that I don't need, so you don't have to start all over again. And the first step is to put a single crochet into the second chain, then chain 2, yarn over, skip 2, 1, 2, and put a double crochet into the next, chain 2, put another double crochet into the same space. I will be calling them V-stitches, and the term V-stitch for this stitch is only in this video. Usually the V-stitch is a double crochet, 1 chain, double crochet. In this design it's going to be double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Okay, chain 2, skip 2, and single crochet into the next. And now the repeat will start. Chain 2, yarn over, skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet into the stitch or a V-stitch, chain 2, skip 2, and single crochet into the next. This is what we have. And one more time, chain 2, yarn over, skip 2, V-stitch into the next, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet into the same stitch, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next. And you're gonna be repeating these steps all the way till the end. I will meet you at the end of the row. Okay, it's early morning, so you will hear a lot of background noises, and I apologize for that. Anyway, so this is the base of the front, and if it's not straight, don't worry about it. It's gonna gather together with the next row. But I ended up having a few extra chains, so I'm gonna show you how I undo them. So you find the knot and just pull the tail, and you will see how the string goes, and you're just gently pulling for as many times as you need. And actually I came up with this idea after trying a couple of times to make a base for a garment, and I would not count correctly, and I just didn't want to start all over again. It was so annoying. So I decided to undo it backwards, and it worked, and now I'm glad to share with you guys and you know, save you some time and some nerves. And here, when the last one, you come to the last one, you will pull it a little bit out and take the tail and pull it through, or push it through to form that knot, the one that you would start with slip knot, and just gently pull and tighten. And there we have it. And yeah, I didn't mention it, but I hope you realize that you have to finish with a single crochet the row. And yeah, now we have a longer tail, but that is not a problem because it can be cut at any time, and this knot is secure. And now we can turn the work and start the next row. The next row is going to start with chain 4. That will count as a treble. Then we are gonna move into the V-stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. With the 2 chains on the hook, or 2 loops on the hook, you're gonna yarn over again, you're gonna go into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 only. Now you have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And these are our 2 double crochets together. Chain 1, add another group into the same space. Yarn over, insert the hook into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert the hook into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through only 2. There are your 2 unfinished double crochets. Yarn over, pull through 3 loops, chain 1 again, and the third group of 2 double crochets together goes into the same space. Yarn over, insert the hook into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through only 2. That's your first double crochet that's unfinished. Yarn over, insert the hook into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Then you're going to chain 1 and move into the next V. And repeat the same steps. 3 groups of 2 double crochets together, separated by chain 1. The first unfinished double crochet, the second unfinished double crochet, finishing the group, chain 1, and 2 more groups into the same space. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, again pull through only 2, pull through all chains, chain 1 again, yarn over into the space, first unfinished, second unfinished, finish the group, and chain 1. And this is what we have. And now you're gonna move into the next V all the way till the end of the row. I will meet you at the end. For the last group of 2 double crochets together, you do not chain here at the very last one. You will yarn over twice, insert the hook into this single crochet right here, the very last one, pull up a loop. You have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, and that's your treble. At the beginning of the row we started with chain 4, that counted as a treble, and we are finishing with a treble. And now you can see everything gathered together and it's a straight line. Now we will turn the work and begin the next row. To begin the next row, we will chain 1 and put a single crochet into the very first stitch. Chain 1 and move into the chain 1 space in between the groups and put a single crochet. Chain 1, move into the next space between the groups and single crochet. Chain 1 again and move in between the shells right here. Basically you're going to be putting single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet into the chain 1 spaces from the previous row. Chain 1, single crochet into the next space. This is what we have. You can barely see it, but basically we're separating each group with single crochet. So chain one and move to the next chain one space of the previous row. Chain one again and single crochet in between the groups. Chain one, single crochet, chain one, single crochet, and this is how you're going to be going till the end of the row. And then you will finish the row with chain one and single crochet on top of chain four, or the fourth chain from the previous row. And there's what we have. You can barely see this row. Turn the work, chain three, that will count as the first double crochet, and then you will put a double crochet into the chain one space. Here you can barely see it, but on your work, on your project, you probably can see it better. So just put a double crochet there into that space, then chain one and a double crochet into the next chain one space. And this is how you're going to be going: chain one, double crochet into the chain one space at the previous row, chain one, double crochet into the next chain one space. Let me pull them so you can see, and so on till the end of the row. I will meet you there. The double crochet, the last one, will go on top of these, of this group, or into the, where is it, right here, last chain one, and the very last double crochet will go into the single crochet from this row, and you will have two double crochets next to each other at the end, just like you have two double crochets next to each other right here at the beginning. Turn the work. This row is going to be even easier. You will chain three, that will count as a first double crochet, plus chain one, and you will put a double crochet into the space. Skip this double crochet into the first square, and then you will put you will do chain one, double crochet into the next space, chain one again, double crochet into the next space, and so on till the end of the row. Almost at the end, chain one, double crochet, chain one, you will put a double crochet into the last space, just like you did in the beginning, and you will chain one and put a double crochet into the third chain from the beginning, from the previous row. Make sure to skip the second double crochet, like so. Turn the work. Now we will repeat this row. So chain three counts as a double crochet and put a double crochet into the space, and from here on, chain one, double crochet into the space, chain one, double crochet into the space, chain one, double crochet into the next space, all the way till the end, duplicating this row. To end this row, we will put a double crochet, then chain one, double crochet into the last space. Now we are not chaining one, but putting a double crochet into the third chain from the beginning, or whatever, at the beginning, from the beginning of this row. Drawing a blank here. And this is the strip. So this is the section that is going to be repeated for as many times, or build up for as many times as long you want your project to be, from the bottom to the neck opening or to the décolleté. Turn the work and I will show you how to repeat row number one. This part might seem a little tricky, so I will go a little slower and you try to pay a little extra attention. We will start this row with chain one, and single crochet into the very first stitch. Chain 2, yarn over. Skip this section, this space, and put the V-stitch into this double crochet. Double crochet, chain 2, double crochet into the same space. Now you're gonna chain 2, skip this space, and single crochet into the next space. Here is the picture. Now again, chain 2, yarn over. So skip the space, put the V-stitch into the double crochet, crochet into the V-stitch into the double crochet. Chain 2, skip this space, skip the double crochet, single crochet into the next space. Again, chain 2. So to make it easier, when you are moving to the left, first thing you're gonna do, skip double crochet, skip space, V-stitch into the double crochet, and the V-stitch, you know, is double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and chain 2 again. This time you're gonna skip space, double crochet, and put into the space the single crochet. So let me repeat. So once you put the single crochet right here, you would skip double crochet, space, V-stitch, skip space, double crochet, put the single crochet. At the end of the row you should have this amount of stitches. We'll chain 2, just like we already did, skip the double crochet, skip the space, a V-stitch into the double crochet, chain 2. Here the same, we have skipped the space, skip the double crochet, and this time you're gonna put a single crochet into the third chain from the beginning. Alright, once you have crocheted the length that you want and you've reached the opening, the neck opening or the décolleté, you would finish with this row where you put these clusters of 2 double crochets, and you would have to find the middle of your project. For me it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's going to be right here. If you ended up with an odd number, you would just put it in the middle of this shell. That will be the middle of your project. And now you would start the row just like you would have started the next row, but you are gonna go to the middle of the project. So for here, and I apologize for the background noise, they've been working on the lawn for 2 days already and I cannot wait. So chain 1 and put a single crochet into the very first one, chain 1 into the next chain 1 space, chain 1 into the next chain 1 space until you reached the stitch marker. And there is my middle. So I will chain 1, put a single crochet, and that's it, not move any farther. Turn the work. This row I will start like I would start the usual. I would chain 3, double crochet into the first chain 1 space, chain 1, double crochet into the space, chain 1, and so on, you already know, till the end of the row, exactly repeating the same steps. We are not going to be decreasing anything on the arm side, so we will just finish the row regularly. Double crochet into the last chain one space and double crochet into the single crochet from previous row. Turn the work. This row starts exactly the same way like, you know, the previous rows. So chain 4, it's a double crochet plus chain 1, and put double crochets almost till the end. Let's see, this is the one that I did. Sometimes it's easier to see it from the first time and understand what we're going to be doing. So as you come back, this is the row where we're going to be working. You're going to stop right here into the last square. Don't go all the way till the end. Stop right here. And I'm almost at the end. And this would be the last stitch, the last double crochet. Don't do anything to these ones and just turn the work. And here, because our next row has to start with 2 double crochets together, we will just chain 3. We'll just start it regularly and put a double crochet right next to it. Chain 1, double crochet into the space, and so on. Carry it till the end of the row. And you would finish this row regularly, just like you would finish any row that you did before, by putting a double crochet into this square and a double crochet into the 3rd chain from the beginning. Like so. Turn the work. Again, because we are on the arm side, we will be starting the row like usual. Chain 1 and put a single crochet into the 1st. Chain 2, a V-stitch into the double crochet. So double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, single crochet into the space. Skip this one. Well, you already know if you've gotten to this point, so just keep going almost till the end with this stitch, and I'll show you where to stop. And this will be my last one, so I would chain 2 and put the single crochet where it belongs, and it looks like I will have 1 space extra, so I would not carry on anything. I will just leave it and turn the work. And you would start this row also as the regular row. So you would chain 4 and put the three groups of 2 double crochets separated by chain 1, and carry on with this row till the end, till the arm side. Same steps. And there is our decrease. Okay, turn the work. And start the row the same exact way normally, with chain 1 and 1 single crochet, and chain 1 single crochet till the décolleté part, and I will show you where to stop. And we're almost at the end, so we are basically gonna be repeating the same exact steps like we did here. So just like here, we carried this row till the end behind the this group. That's the exact same thing. What we're gonna do is finish this row normally with a single crochet into the 4th chain, and then turn the work. So remember, we turned the work and we started regularly with 2 double crochets. We didn't decrease. We decreased when we went that way without decrease, but we stopped right here, right before. Then we started normally, and then here we decreased. So basically you are going to be decreasing on this row with 1 double crochet, and you're going to be decreasing here. So your decreases are going to be falling on these rows. So no decrease, you're going to turn, and there will not be a decrease. You will start just like you started here with a double crochet with chain 3 that counts as a double crochet, and a double crochet into the chain 1. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet till the end of the row. That way. But when you turn the work and come back, you would stop right here, right before it. Then you will turn the work and start it regularly, and when you're going to be working on this row, you will start right here. Now for the other shoulder, you would start at the middle and make a slip knot, and you would join right here in the middle where your decrease started. And because here you had your single crochet chain 1, that's what we're gonna do. The joint one will not count. I like to kind of tighten it so it looks more like a knot, not like a stitch. And now we're gonna put a single crochet into the chain right here, into the stitch. That will count as our first single crochet. And then we'll chain 1 and single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet into the space. And this is how you're gonna go till the end of the row. We're kind of continuing with the pattern and finishing this row as usual. We chain 1, single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet into the 3rd chain from the previous row, like so. Turn the work. Again, the side of the sleeve we will start the usual, chain 3 and then put a double crochet into the first chain 1 space, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 1, and so on. I will meet you right here at the end and show you how we are gonna finish. Because both of our sides should be symmetrical, looking at this side will help you to decide what you need to do. So we are finishing this row. Okay, let's take a look. This one ended exactly where it started, right here. So that's what we're gonna repeat. We're gonna end this side just like we ended the other side. So putting the double crochet into the last chain 1 space and putting a double crochet right next to it into the single crochet from the beginning of the previous row. And that's what we have. Now on this side we finished this row in this space. Here we would have to start this row into the space. So we're gonna turn the work and we need to slip stitch our way into this space. So slip stitch into the first, slip stitch into the second double crochet from the previous row, and slip stitch into the center. So we moved where we needed to be. And now we're gonna chain 4. This is a double crochet plus chain 1, and finish the row by chaining 1 and putting a double crochet into the space. Chain 1, double crochet into the space, all the way till the end of the row. So I'm ending the row normally with a double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet into the 3rd chain from the previous row. And have my regular mesh. Then turn the work and begin this row normally again with chain 3 that counts as a double crochet and a double crochet into the space. and then repeat chain 1, double crochet into the space, chain 1, double crochet into the space, like so, almost till the end. I'll meet you there. And what we're doing again is looking what we had in the previous row. So we ended up the row exactly on the empty space right here. So that what we're gonna do is just finish the row exactly how the opposite side is. So the last one is gonna go into the third chain, and everything looks even. Compare it. These corners are gonna, this side is gonna have really spiked corners because we're slip stitching, but it should look exactly the same, the pattern. So we ended up this one exactly like this one. So here, next row starts with skipping these two, the space, the double crochet, and we need to move all the way to the second space. So we will turn the work, and having this right here as an example of what we need to skip, we're gonna be slip stitching to the second space. So slip stitch into the first double crochet, slip stitch into the second, slip stitch into the space, then slip stitch into the next double crochet, then slip stitch into the space. And here we are. And we will start the next row with single crochet. Actually, instead of slip stitch, let's put a single crochet in there. So slip stitch here and single crochet into the space. And carry on with the pattern. Chain 2, skip the double crochet, skip the space, and a V-stitch. Like so. Chain 2, skip the space, skip the double crochet, single crochet, chain 2, skip this V-stitch, chain 2, skip this, single crochet, all the way till the end of the row. Okay, the row is finished. Turn the work and start the next row according to the pattern. Chain 4 and the shells or the clusters of 2 double crochets separated by chain 1. And again carry on till almost the end of this row, and we'll finish it together. Alright, now we have our symmetry aligned again. Here we're finishing on the last V, putting our groups in the last group. We're not chaining anything, and we will put a treble into the single crochet with which we started the previous row, like so. Now let's look what we did here. We did not decrease, we just did this row, went that way, and came back without any decreases. But when we start the next row, you will slip stitch. And then go that way, come back, finish on top of this one, then slip stitch. And you're gonna keep slip stitching so everything looks symmetrical. And repeat for as many times as you need until you reach the desired length of your project. Here, don't pay attention to this, just carry on your pattern. I did need to decrease more, a little bit more, because my back differs a little bit than my front. You make your front and your back exactly the same, so you would just follow this pattern. Now what I personally like to do is put the front and the back together and sew it at the shoulders first. Then put it on and try it and mark where I want my sleeve openings to be and what I need to sew. Now we need to smooth out all these rough edges that are not pretty, absolutely not pretty, and of course it doesn't fit into my camera. So the reason I asked you to sew the shoulders is that we can join in one place and just go all the way around without cutting, without having any additional tails to work in. These ones are more than enough to give me seizures. Yeah, so join wherever you like to join. I like to join usually on the side. Project should be facing you. The right side is facing you. And just join somewhere right here in the corner. And I will be moving towards me and around. And yeah, they're still working on the yarn on the on the grass outside. All right, slip stitch. I will try to move this tail so they are not in my face. Okay, now we need to connect this to the corner. And counting, we had 2 double crochets here, so it means if double crochet equals chain 3, so I would need to chain 6 and slip stitch into this corner. Alright, so I chained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and slip stitch. If you have a feeling like the 6 is too much, or you want to gather it together a little bit, chain 5 and a slip stitch. Next we have a double crochet and a treble. 3 plus 4 is 7, plus we have here 1 single crochet, so that would be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is long enough. Okay, so you want these to have tension, not to be too loose. If you're gonna make them a little less, like for example 1 chain less, it will gather a little bit. So if you have a décolleté or a v-neck that is a little too wide, you can go 1 chain less, but just try to keep them with a tension. And here again, 3 and 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and slip stitch into the corner. And this is gonna be the idea how to move and how to connect these steps. And again we have 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and join in the corner. Oh, one thing that I thought of is, okay, what if I get to a spot where everything is flat? So right here is my shoulder. I would chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Connect into the seam of the shoulder with the slip stitch, and then we have a new decrease starting right here. So you connect it at the shoulders and you keep going. Another 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and connect it. This is already the front of my top. So the back is all done, and this is what I ended up with, a nice diamond shape. And yeah, this is it for the top. If you are satisfied with everything, with the width, with everything, you would try it on and mark where your arm openings are. Oops. Sew the sides from where to where. If you have a really thin waist and wider hips, leave some slits so you know it's not too tight on the hips and it's too loose on the waist. But you probably already know all this. Yeah, and this sums up the tutorial. And this was it for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and will give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. Everything is down in the description box. I will also link a couple of other tutorials on easy crochet summer tops. Check them out. And thank you very much to those of you who are trying my projects and are tagging me on Instagram or Facebook. And it's such a great joy to know that you guys are actually watching and actually doing the tutorials, and some of you are commenting that you've made 2 or 3 items already. And yeah, please share because that means a lot. And other than that, have a fantastic week. I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.